Alright, I got a bone to pick with the Notorious One. And look, with all due respect, in this video, alright, there's gonna be a lot of heavy criticism that I'm about to rain down on the Mac, Conor McGregor. And I hate to do it. I know there's gonna be a lot of salty Conor fans who are gonna come rating my comments about how, oh my gosh, this guy's such an asshole because he's criticizing the Notorious. Now, just to clarify, I like Conor McGregor, and I was rooting for him in his comeback against Chandler. And in Conor's last two fights, I didn't root for him. Almost in a lot of his fights, I actually rooted for the opposite guy because I'm a Khabib fan and I'm the Dustin fan. I wanted Dustin to get revenge. The Conor Cerrone one, I was more actually Team Conor, but a little indifferent. But I wanted to see a Conor win with that one. But all in all, I do really like Conor McGregor. I think he's fantastic. He's done a lot for the sport of MMA. Okay, this sport would not be where it is today without Conor McGregor. Okay, so I'm gonna get the McGregor glaze out of the way before I get into the whole McGregor criticism. All right, now it's time to take off the McGregor glazing hat off, and it's time to start being real with Conor. I'm not mad at Conor McGregor for pulling out, but I'm mad at him for spending the last decade making fun of fighters for pulling out of fights, for injuries, and always boasting about being the guy who never shows up. I'm the guy, I'm the BMF because I never pull out of fights. And he literally said when he retires, he wants to be remembered as the man who always showed up. And this guy has fought with countless injuries. He's fought compromise several times and made excuses afterwards, okay? And now because this guy has a sore pinky toe, he can't show up to fight Michael Chandler when he's fought with worse injuries. Like, what is this? Now, I get it. The toe, the x-ray looks legit. The toe looks pretty bad, but you don't think he couldn't have fought with this or couldn't have at least put on like a toe wrap or something? Like, John Jones has a bad big toe and he just fights with a toe wrap on. Or you could wear ankle wraps. I don't really know if that would actually do much, but all you gotta do is just wrap up the toes. I mean, Lyoto Machida used to wrap his toes all the freaking time. And you mean to tell me that you can't just put your toes in some ice or take some ibuprofen? You seriously can't show up with that. And this is the same Conor McGregor who clowned RDA for pulling out with an injured foot or an injured toe or whatever. I mean, literally, when RDA weighed in as a backup, for UFC 264, Conor got in this guy's face and said, "You pulled out with a sore toe. Never forget it. You botched our fight with a sore toe." Oh yeah, Conor? And now you bottled the Chandler fight with a sore toe of your own. I mean, literally, this is the same man who made fun of Jose Aldo for pulling out of their fight the first time with an injured rib. He made fun of Jose Aldo for pulling out with an injured rib. And yet, he can't show up with a sore pinky toe. Now, I wouldn't be making this video, I wouldn't have anything to say had Conor not been running his mouth and disrespecting other fighters for pulling out. This guy also clowned Verdum for pulling out of UFC 296, which that pay-per-view ended up being canceled because it originally was going to be headlined by Fabricio Verdum Kane 2. Kane pulls out, Stipe steps in, and Verdum hurts his toes or whatever, pulls out. That fight gets moved to May of 2016. And then that card turns into a fight night, Thompson versus Hendricks. And Conor makes fun of Verdum for pulling out with an injured toe. And now look at him. He's got an injured toe, a purple toe. Which, honestly, he could fight with that. I don't care. Because Alex Pereira literally he didn't carry UFC 300. That could have done well without him. But he fought on UFC 300 with a broken freaking toe. A broken toe. Okay? And he's still fighting next week on your card that was supposed to be yours, Conor, with an injured toe that's still not recovered. He's fighting on what was supposed to be your card with multiple toe injuries. He's going into the Yuri rematch compromise, which might even cost him the fight. But Alex don't care. He's going to show up. He's going to fight. He's going to save the card. You can't stay on the card for one injured pinky toe? Like, what is this? What is this, Conor? I'm sorry, man. But again, if Conor did not spend the last decade making fun of fighters for pulling out, making fun of Khabib for pulling out of fights, making fun of Aldo for, always having injuries and pulling out, and making fun of RDA for pulling out, honestly, all I would have to say is, you know what? Get well soon, Conor. Heal up. You'll be back, champ. That's all I'd have to say. But because he spent the last decade, since 2015, clowning people for pulling out, now look at him. It's came back to bite him in the ass, full circle. Like Dustin said, karma's not a biatch. I don't want a full-fledged curse on this channel. It's a mirror. And he got karma as well against Dustin. I love Conor, but he got his karma with that one too, because he said he was going to leave Dustin on a stretcher. He left that fight on a stretcher. And he also fought Dustin on a broken freaking leg, by the way. Again, Khabib on an injured foot, fought Chad Mendes, a really strong wrestler and similar style to Chandler, with an injured knee, by the way. An injured knee, shows up with an injured foot, a balloon foot against Khabib, injured knee against Mendes, staph infection against Nate Diaz, by the way. Okay, I'm pretty sure this man has showed up with multiple injuries to fights. Because I'm the badass who never pulls out. But now over a sore toe, this guy pulls out. And what I thought that, okay, if Conor is pulling out of a fight, a guy who's known for not pulling out, this injury must be serious then. I thought the injury was that bad to where he couldn't fight. He literally couldn't fight. That's what I thought. I thought it was just that bad to where he was willing to fight, but the doctors and the UFC staff, the commission was like, no, we're not going to let you fight injured again after you fought injured last time. We're not going to risk you showing up not 100%. I thought it was the UFC's call. I thought it was his doctor's call. I did not think it was Conor himself being like, oh, my toe hurts, I can't show up. I mean, I'm sure the UFC and the doctors, played a part in it, but come on. I just thought the injury was so bad that, okay, Conor wanted to show up but knew he couldn't. And, he tried to wait it out but wouldn't recover on time. And the doctor said, we can't clear you for the 29th. That's what I thought. And all because of a sore pinky toe. I'm pointing at the screen. He can't show up, man. I know you guys can hate me all you want in the comment section. I really don't give a crap what you guys have to say against me, because I know there's going to be a lot of Conor fans that I'm offending. I really don't care. I have to tell it like it is in this video. But I really do hope that this fight can be rebooked. I mean, the rumors were that they might add an August 31st pay-per-view there in August. Hopefully they do that so we can just get this over with. Or put it on UFC 307. Forget Utah and put that card in Vegas. And just have this fight done August or October or September, whenever. But this fight needs to be gotten over with, because I do want to see Conor back. And I do want to see Chandler get the Conor fight that he's been waiting for so patiently for 2 years. I mean, should I even bother reading this quote? I mean, it's just a bunch of yapping from Conor. You can read what's on the screen here. He's just talking about how he was so ready, but then, the injury happened, and, he still needs to fight so he can go buy his yacht or whatever. This just kind of shows how washed McGregor is, though. His mentality. He's not only washed physically, he's washed up here. He's mentally washed, because before, the old Conor would not pull out with that toe injury. The old Conor would not pull out with a sore toe. A sore pinky toe, he would not freaking pull out. I'm sorry. He wouldn't pull out. So that just shows physically he's not only washed, mentally he's washed. And this guy's fighting for Bugattis and yachts, and he's not even fighting for legacy. So it is what it is. But let me know what you guys think in the comments.